In the first lab, Properties Are Us, you learned that conductivity is a physical property of matter. In the last lab, Discovering the Elements, you learned that atoms bond with other atoms to form new substances called compounds. You learned that a molecule is the smallest piece of a compound that still has all the properties of the compound, just like an atom is the smallest piece of an element that has all the properties of that element. Read and highlight the introductory paragraph of the Name is Bond lab to learn about the different ways that atoms bond to one another. Pay particular attention to the state of matter, that is solid, liquid, or gas, each type of compounds form at room temperature. Now read the Before You Begin section. It lists some of the properties ionic and covalent compounds have and specifically tells you how they differ in conductivity. Read and highlight and complete this section. This is the conductivity probe attached to the LabQuest. Inside the probe, positive and negative electrodes are separated by a space. The LabQuest measures the amount of current the solution allows to pass from one electrode to another and converts it into a conductivity measurement. An increasing concentration of ions in the solution will result in higher conductivity values. When covalent compounds dissolve in water, the smallest particle produced is a molecule, which is neutral. But when ionic compounds dissolve in water, the molecules break down further into their component ions. Distilled water is tap water that has been boiled and the steam collected and then condensed back into liquid water. The ions are left behind, and the conductivity of this distilled water is therefore very low. It's listed at the top of your data table. It is given as a baseline because the subsequent solutions are made by dissolving the compounds in distilled water. This is a demonstration of measuring the conductivity of one of the solutions, solution A, with the conductivity probe. The remaining values are listed in the completed data table that follows. Once the data is filled in, you decide whether the solution is likely an ionic one because it has a high conductivity value, that is greater than 1000, or it is a covalent one because its conductivity value is low, less than 1000. You are now ready to complete the rest of the lab from the data analysis through the application.